It's Sunday, August 22nd. We're back up here and looks like we've got the smoke rolling back in today. It's pretty windy coming from the west, so we're picking up a lot of smoke from the west. Well, today we're going to continue on with this top skin project here. We're going to get the holes marked up for the rivets across this back, across the back here. So we have to match these holes in this tail cone skin and drill holes in the top here. We've got a little technique that we saw Eddie Gill use. We're going to give it a try and see what we get. What Eddie shows on his video is using a piece of Lexan, just a real thin Lexan. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that around. This is to mark those holes, and I'll show you what we're going to try here. Went to the hobby store, and the only thing that I could find was 7/1000 clear film. We're going to give that a try. And the next best thing was a 30/1000 sheet of plastic. So we'll have to probably cut it in half and tape it together to make it longer so it fits across the back there. But anyways, let's see what we get. Before we get too busy with doing the top, we still have to finish this side. We're going to final size these rivet holes out to a number 30 on that, and then we'll get to working on that top part. We're working on marking those holes in the top forward skin, the rear part of the top forward skin where it meets the tail cone upper skins. And we've already done one side. I didn't tape that because I want to make sure everything went okay. And here's what we ended up using is this clear lay film. It's a 7/1000, and it's pretty stout, and it seems to work pretty good. It's not long enough. You need I think it was 14 inches, so I just took this one, cut it in half, and taped it together in the middle. And we'll tape it on the top skin and then just trim off the tail of what we don't need. Okay, we've got our sheet of clear plastic here, and I didn't want to have to take this other one off, so I left it taped down. I just made another one. You can see I've got the two halves taped together here, and I'm just going to slide this up to the edge of the skin. Since I don't have that long piece of plastic, I just had to make do here. So, line that up there, that lines up to that. I put some weight on this skin here. Just put it like that. Got our plastic here. And now I'm just going to take a Sharpie and mark. Just put a dot on the center of each of those holes. Now what we'll do is we'll take and lift this plastic up. We'll bring the skin over, we'll put the skin on. We'll lift this plastic up, we'll slide the skin underneath here, and then that hole marks on the top of the skin where I'll do a 40. I'll do a 40 pilot through all these holes just to make sure we're all lined up and centered. And then I'll follow that with a 1/8 inch. We'll get those up to a 1/8, and then at some point here later we'll final those up to a number 30. Okay, I got our skin here. And I'm just going to peel this plastic back a little bit here so I can flip it up. We'll lay the skin under there. And we'll cleco this on. Okay, you can see I've got the top skin over here, and I've already done these first couple holes, but it showed when I marked these holes. Now we've got the skin, we've got the plastic laying over the top of the skin, so now I know where all the underlying holes are that I need to go through. So I start it with number 40. And Project Manager is down inside to make sure that I get it through there straight. I don't know if you can see you waving. She's right here. Here. Press down everything here, make sure it's up down against that bulkhead. All done for the day up here, and it doesn't look like much, but it's the end of a nerve-wracking day. Getting this stuff all aligned to make sure everything was just right, put in, marked, drilled. It just took a really long time to get this stuff. Make sure it's all correct and square and lined up. Yeah, it was kind of a little frustrating at times, but we got it done, and everything's lined up pretty straight on there. I did notice that our seam going up the tail, let's see if this thing will focus, and then once it gets to those forward top skins, it does take a little bit of a turn to the left up there, and there's excess material up there. We can trim that back to line that up, but everything else seems to line up okay with the airplane, or with the tail cone. Again, we checked again twice today on twist against the front to the back, and also side to side to make sure that's all staying squared up, and it is. It's pretty much locked in now. So we got that part done. Happy to be done with this step. So it's starting to look a little more like an airplane every day, and we'll get there eventually. But yeah, thanks for watching, and everybody have a good evening or morning if you're in Australia or New Zealand. And that's it for now.